Hi guys, this is Sic'Nis for First Magazine. We are in the beautiful surroundings of the Belfry Hotel with 1/3 of one of the 90s biggest super R&B groups, Tabitha of Kut Klose. Recognise? You better recognise. So hey Tabitha, how are you?
Hi, sickness, because you're sick with it and not because you got the flu.
No, not because I got the flu. Not at all. How are you? How was
The show was pretty, I'm sure that's what you're going to ask me. The show was tight, yo. I mean, I think I had so much fun that I forgot that the show was actually over.
Did you party?
I was like, man, we don't have any more songs? It just went by so fast because I was having so much fun, obviously, that I just lost track of what was last. Or anyway, we had an excellent time doing the show, although the trip was absolutely the worst.
The trip? The trip here?
The flight was just ridiculous.
Okay, what happened?
Well, it was just some complications at the airport where, you know, they couldn't read passport information. They took a long time to, you know, check him out because his last name is Suspect. And so, yeah, we kind of missed the time to put our bags on the plane.
So did you miss your flight?
Yes.
Oh, no.
And so they were telling us that we had to pay like $2,000 to get on another flight. And I'm like, the devil is a lie. Because you sure made that up. There's no way we're going to do that.
So what happened?
We had to do some finagling because LaVon was actually on a different leg of her flight coming from Alabama.
Okay.
Birmingham.
Okay.
As you would say, Birmingham. Because every time I said Birmingham, they're like, it's not Birmingham, it's Birmingham. Anyway, and so everybody was in disarray when it came down because Athena, she missed her flight because she just wasn't ready.
Okay.
And she was on another flight that was rerouted to Detroit and not Atlanta. And so LaVon was like, I'm not getting on that plane by myself.
Oh,
and I'm like, girl, you got to go because Athena's already on wait. Somebody's got to do the show. I can't make it because they want me to pay myself.
Because you would have had to just sing that. You would have to sing all three parts. All the harmonies, everything. All of that.
So anyway, we had to finagle it and kind of, you know, go around about and get the job done. So basically we got on Air France and they rerouted us through Paris.
Okay.
And we were actually connecting with the same flight that Athena was on.
Okay.
Unknowingly. And so we met up in the same city and were able to get on the last leg of the flight together.
Come together.
Yes, and we were here together. And when we got here, we were stuck there for about 3 hours because someone lost our road manager's luggage.
Oh, gosh.
So needless to say, he was walking around with dirty booty because he didn't have any draws, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, great start to the old trip.
So it was crazy. It was crazy. But we made up for it big time at the show.
Okay, so
the flight was awful, but we didn't even perform until like 2 o'clock in the morning. So mind you, we had been up for like a day and something.
Okay, jet lag and all of that.
Yes.
Okay.
So by the time we performed, man, we felt like zombies.
But you still rocked it.
Girl, we went in and we did a prayer. It was
always the way.
It was the prayer in the car before we performed, and that got us through.
Brilliant.
So I am thankful for God because we prayed to Him, and He made everything happen, even when it came down to the tickets for us to get here without having to pay $2,000.
Exactly, because that would have been somebody.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy, and I'm very appreciative, and the crowd here in England is so off the chain. I don't think that we've had another country give us so much love.
Really?
Even when it comes down to our own home.
Really?
Yeah, you guys give us more love than our own home back in the States.
That is fantastic. So because you've got another show, because you've got another show tomorrow in Manchester.
Yes.
Okay, is that the last for the whole England leg?
Yes, this time around, that's the last show that we have right now, and then we come back in February, and we're performing at
Wembley.
Sheridan.
Wembley.
Oh, right, the Wembley in
February.
Wembley, and it's going to be
That's going to be off the chain because that whole Wembley Stadium, it's new, it's huge.
It's going to be so many people. It's going to be us, TLC,
I've heard,
Blackstreet,
it's crazy.
Guys, Silk, In Vogue, Changing Faces.
Oh my God,
Toto.
we're going to be there. We're going to be there backstage.
Close. You feel me? Cut Close. You remember that?
Headlining.
Period.
Straight.
Even if we're not like last, it's all good because you gonna remember and it's gonna last.
Okay, so 94, you burst on the scene with Keith Sweat.
Yes.
I mean, I Surrender, Get Up on It. I mean, you had some hits, and then it seems like you guys were just on the brink of just absolute greatness, world domination, and then you guys just went and we missed you. No,
I'm already knowing.
we need to get up on it. Get up on it. Put us up on it. What happened?
I'm already knowing, and I understand it, but this business is vicious.
I know.
It really is. It's like jumping into a bed of roses with a whole bunch of spikes, but then you're like, ooh, the rose is pretty though, but the thorn is stabbing me in my eye.
Ow. Ow.
So we went through a lot of just ill situations that kind of puts a damper on anybody's spirit.
Yeah.
And we were young, much younger than where the blows was a lot more abrasive and a lot harder to...
You're going to take it more to the chest, aren't
Yes,
you?
of
Because,
course.
yeah, of course.
And so we just needed a break because it was just so much going on. Every time you turn around. Like real talk.
Okay.
And so it's just so many negative things that was just going on, and managers get in the middle of group members and kind of pull that divide and conquer. It's already hard to keep girlfriends
Together, anyway.
and so if you put somebody in the instigating the situation, it's almost a done deal. Curtains.
Gosh. So
So we took a break.
You took a break.
Yeah.
So how are you guys with Keith Sweat? Because did he discover you and signed you? Did he sign you?
Well, what does discover mean? Does that mean he found us?
Well, I suppose they say it like that. I never really get
He
that
didn't
word.
find us.
Okay.
We found him.
Okay. So how did that work then?
Actually, we were working with a production company, which was a boyfriend at the time
Okay.
that I had or whatever. Before Kut Klose was even together,
Okay.
because I actually put the group together and I
Okay.
chose the girls, as
So you were instrumental in putting the whole group
Yes,
together. Oh,
and
fantastic.
the name and all of that. So
So hold on, sorry. Were you guys friends before, or
We
did you
were
just
not.
actually scout people to say you can actually sing "I Love Your Voice"?
Exactly.
That's brilliant.
and I'm actually from Michigan by way of Indianapolis.
Okay.
And then I moved to Atlanta when I was, 18 years old or whatever. And so a friend of mine that was from Indianapolis knew Athena's uncle who
Okay.
worked together. They were co-workers.
Okay.
And they passed along her demo that way. And I heard it. I was like, bitch, you better
Get
you need
over
to
here.
come to Atlanta, yo, because... So she came to Atlanta and auditioned. It was curtains after she came. I was like, all right, she's in. She's very cute, very talented. I mean, she's off the chain. She's like one of my favorite singers, even still to this day.
Brilliant.
And so LaVon had heard about,
whole
someone
search.
looking for
Yeah.
a group member, and her manager brought her to Atlanta, and she auditioned, and we were all at the house that I was staying with my ex
Yeah.
boyfriend or whatever. And so when everybody got together and LaVon came in, she looked like us. Everybody kind of looks,
Yeah.
alike.
Yeah.
Everybody
It seemed like you grew together. Like.
No. And we were together actually about 5 months before we took the situation to Keith, because we were working on one of his albums that he was doing at the time, and they had written a song for him. So they knew him personally. We knew him personally before Kut Klose was even a group.
Okay. Okay.
And so when we got our demo tape together, and it's very quite interesting because Kut Klose was a urban contemporary gospel group first.
You mean before you switched to R&B?
Yes.
Okay.
When we went to Keith, that's what we were. And then somehow we
If you
turned
really
into
want
the
it.
Get Up On It girls. That's a classic story of the devil and Jesus fighting. You know what I'm saying? And Jesus didn't win. Oh Lord, you already know.
Jesus always wins, because that's
Well, you
why
know
you
what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm talking
we
about we
understand.
chose to do this.
To do that.
But we
yeah.
thought that if we were to get into the business the best way that we could make our own name and then renegotiate the contract.
Of course, more
put
on
out
your own
stuff that
terms.
We want to
Of
do.
course, yes.
So we just saw it as a gateway to get in the door.
Yes.
Not understanding that when you
Get in the door.
get in the door or you come out as a certain type of group, it sticks with you.
It does.
There's nothing you can do about it.
It's
I
so
mean,
true.
people will always look at us as the Get Up On It, Keith Sweat.
Keith Sweat, yeah, of course.
I mean, you can't. I mean, it's a part of our history. It's a part of who we are. I can't say that I regret anything because everything is a learning experience, So when you have learning experiences, you have to implement them in your life and try and figure out how you can go about and making your life better.
Of course, yeah.
And so I try and take everything that has happened to me or us in this business and use it in a positive way, because there's always something positive in everything. I don't even care if it's negative to somebody else.
It
whatever.
is so
You just
true.
have to do it that way, because if you don't, then everybody be looking like Moses, or with all the gray hair and everything, because life is so stressful already.
It's true.
Without all of the extraness.
Without the extraness.
Yeah, so
if you could go back to 96, after the whole, when you were at the crossback, that brink, if you could go back to that very point then, what would, if anything, would you do anything different? Or what would you say to yourself at that point and the rest of the group?
Would I do anything different? No, I would not, because I appreciate every trial and tribulation that we have had, because it has made me into who I am today. So if I could do something different, that means I'm not happy with myself right now. But I'm happy with myself.
That's
and I
brilliant.
understand that I am a work in progress, and I'm always learning. And so understanding that, I have to try and implement it into my life in the best, because I understand where I need to go and what I'm here on the face of the earth for.
Okay.
And to be an entertainer, I mean, you have an obligation to your peers, to your fans, to be the best upliftment that you can possibly be. Even if
I
you work
agree.
start from the wrong foot, it's even more of a testimony, which is sweeter to me.
If you can turn it all
Because you've
around,
come from
of course,
something,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
So I don't regret anything, and I would not do anything different.
So what's next for Kut Klose? Because you had that, 2010, I think you brought out another song. Because are you
Let It Ring.
Let It Ring.
Yes.
And you've got the second, you're working on your second album, would that be?
Yes. We've been, dealing with different people here and there, and you just have to find the right kind of chemistry.
Yeah,
When
I
it
fully
comes
hear
down
that.
to
Yeah.
the right producer, the right song,
Exactly.
and it's not going to come in a month.
Exactly.
It may not come in 6 months. You could do a lot of songs, and you're not going to always find a hit.
That is so true.
You may have 2 hits out of 100 songs. I mean, real talk.
That's so true.
And we get so attached to our own stuff, we kind of can't really see it sometimes. But when a hit does produce itself, everybody will know it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That is true. It's undeniable, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's undeniable. So when you leave Manchester tomorrow, where do you go from there? Are you
I'm going
back-
home to my
back
babies. I miss my babies.
So how long have you been on the road touring for?
Well, I mean, I have a 2 and a 4-year-old. I can't stay gone that long.
No, that must be so difficult. Oh gosh.
My Callie and my Zoe, they're at home waiting for mommy, and it was very difficult to leave them. And I haven't been gone from Zoe, which is 2 now, for so long, ever.
Ever.
No, I mean, she just turned 2 in November, so I've been a mommy, and
Yes,
I've been
at home.
nourishing
Yeah, of
my
course.
queens.
Of course, of course.
And so it's very difficult to wrap my brain around being gone for months at a time. I can't do it unless I take them with me. So I'm working on that right now.
So you spoke of nourishing your queens there. I mean, in today's music industry, what is your whole take on the whole female perspective and the way females are?
Do we want to get started on this? Because we're going to be here until tomorrow.
Just a little, please.
All right.
Just a little. Just a little.
Actually, I think that it's a very big misrepresentation of being a woman. Being a woman in this business, being a woman, period, in life, you have an obligation to understand who you are. You are a woman for a reason. You're not just a woman because you're just a woman and that's what you came out of your mommy's tummy as. You're a woman because you were supposed to resonate in this life to be a light for somebody else who needs it. And so since I do realize that, I have an obligation to be that in every way that I possibly can. And when I had children, it completely changed my perception.
Me too.
There's no way that I can look through the same glass the same ever again. And it's something that you can't necessarily explain. You have to experience it to know what I'm talking about. It's almost like trying to explain to somebody who don't have any lips what lips feel like.
It's so true.
To have them. And I'm like,
it's so true.
what?
It's
Yeah.
so true.
So-
It's so true.
Being a woman, you have to uphold. I mean, we're the power of the world. And I think women have such, I don't want to be negative towards anyone or anything like that, but I can't really find too many words to explain it. But we have such a imbalance.
Yeah.
If you were to look at it
Definitely.
like a teeter-totter.
Definitely.
Such an imbalance where the perception is so tainted as far as what we're supposed to be as women. and we have so much power that we don't even know that we have.
So much.
And an understanding that we have so much power and do nothing.
I think that's the biggest, I think that's an even bigger sort of slap in the face, because if you know that you've got this sort of power and yet you still choose.
Some people don't
to
know.
Some don't, but some really, really do.
You know, the older ones, I think, know because they've been through certain things. It's almost like when you get older and they're like, listen to the older people, they're wise. They are. You want to know why? Because they went through something.
Exactly.
And so now they can talk about it. The only thing is they can't do anything to change it, because now they're the storytellers. So the only thing they can do is, it's almost like your mom talking to you when you're young and you think you know everything.
You think you know everything, so you just know.
You're not going to find out until you get older and you experience things for yourself. So to me, I mean, understanding the obligation that you have as a woman to show the right kind of format of how we're supposed to carry ourselves. If you have the opportunity to be in front of a camera, or to be in the position where you're singing a song that gets into your spirit, or to walk across the street and have somebody look at you in a certain kind of way and to get into their spirit, you know what I mean? We have an obligation as women to pull off the best. Oh my gosh, I can't say what I really want to say because it would be inappropriate, but it would show you what I'm talking about in the harshest kind of way, but in a positive kind of way. But it's like we are our own mind screw ups,
I hear that.
and to walk across the street, what kind of society you live in by the attire a woman wears when they walk across the street, how they present themselves and how loose they are, and it's just a lot that goes along with it. So I think if we pay attention enough, we'll be able to kind of nip that in the bud, because we're bringing these children up.
Okay, so Kut Klose now. We're coming back, and what would be the message and the mantra of Kut Klose now?
Oh, Kut Klose now is more, I mean, even though we are the get up on it queens per se, like I said, I'm a mom. I have grown to a different kind of woman, an individual that those other songs that we sang years and years ago, I've obviously have grown from them, but I do understand what that means to some people who have taken us in a certain light and really respect us for that. So I will definitely still do those songs, but I don't want to be in a position where I'm singing those type songs. Okay. Because that's not who I am.
So it's going to be more of an empowering, more of a...
It's more of a respect kind of thing. Because listening to, not to say that our album was terrible, but you know how these days the stuff and the music in the radios is so ridiculous, it leaves no room for imagination. At least our songs kind of leave room for imagination. It was
because even Get Up On It wasn't too, by today's standards, it was not too...
Today is ridiculous.
Oh gosh, today's a completely another story.
Off the chain.
We'll have to catch up at Wembley backstage, and we can talk about today then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. So it's been First Magazine with Tabitha, the wonderful Tabitha. Also on a sunny day, because you're doing solo stuff as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing some stuff on the side or whatever, because I have so much to say, and sometimes I just need to be alone. You know what I mean?
Sounds like me.
Yeah, sunny day is something that I feel like, even though it may seem like it's sunshine all the time,
it's just not.
It's like you can find a sunny day even in the gloom. So everybody needs a sunny day.
You do.
Any kind of situation.
Because I say you've got to let the sun shine within, so that when there's no sun outside, you're still shining.
Exactly,
You just got to capture the.
You just completely. I'm gonna have to take that.
Take it.
I'm gonna take it.
Take it.
I'm gonna take it.
Oh my gosh. So it's a wrap, guys. We are going to catch up with the wonderful Tabitha and the whole of Kut Klose. February, backstage, the big show, Wembley.
Be there.
Just be there.
Don't be square.
Now.
Hands down, y'all. Thank you.